just like you mentioned, I'm called Simon Marantolong. I'm the team leader for the African Youth Action Network. So the African Youth Action Network is a youth peace building and leadership organization. We started it in 2015, just a year after the crisis in our country, South Sudan. We wanted to bring the South Sudanese together to form bonds of peace so that they can stay actually together here in Kampala and also in the camps. So this COVID-19 has been a tough one. There are a lot of things that did not go right. There are a lot of plans that were actually cancelled in 2020 due to the pandemic. Because with a pandemic like that, you cannot think of helping people, or maybe of engaging in programs that are sustainable or that are going to be lasting for very many years. But you have to make sure that people are alive. You have to make sure that the people that you are taking care of or that you are serving are also safe. So that's why most of our programs did not continue. For instance, we have like three major thematic areas. One is the youth empowerment aspect, where we empower young people, we skill them, giving them skills so that they can actually go outside there and be useful to the world. That's why we run a youth center, a youth peace building. We have a youth center which is for training these young men and young women in making sandals, local sandals that they can sell here in Uganda, and some are taken to South Sudan. I think you will see some of the products if you want to have them. And then we have the other aspect is peace building and leadership development. So that's why our organization was actually founded. That's why we are very strong. And how we do it is that we train peace ambassadors. We train you, give you the skills, and then you go and whether found an NGO in your area where you go and build peace in your local area, or you can actually be part of a peace building organization. So far we have trained over 150 peace ambassadors here in Uganda. Some are also in South Sudan, in the IDP camps in South Sudan. So our organization serves two categories of people. We serve refugees in Uganda, and we also serve the IDP, people who are internally displaced in Juba, South Sudan. So that's why we train some 100 peace builders in Juba, and we also we train actually 50 in Juba, and we train 100 here in Uganda. Some were in Rhino camp, others were trained here in Kampala when we started our initiative. So that the third area is an advocacy part, where we look at things to do with education, we look at things to do with health. We don't have expertise in areas like health or education, but we advocate. We try to lobby. We try to actually work with other people in case there are opportunities where someone is maybe giving a scholarship. So we let our beneficiaries know and say, you know, there is a scholarship, there is a school here that is giving scholarship. So we support them with the application process, how to apply, and even when they are settling in the university, we try to actually help them. Even those who are leaving primary school to high school, we also try to actually help them on how to actually get scholarship. That's why in 2016 we were actually able to support 25 refugees kids here from disadvantaged families to actually go to high school, somewhere in senior 1, senior 2. I think the first cohort actually finished last year. So the plan here is in 2021 we are going to have a peace center that is going to be back home in South Sudan. This center is going to be run in such a way that it will house a museum for the spiritual leader and all the spiritual leaders in South Sudan, so that we get to know their contribution towards peace building. We have a program called Passpreneur, where we want to actually now move from having refugees as recipients, but also as entrepreneurs, so that they can actually stabilize and actually have their roots established here in Uganda. So we're looking at 3 centers in central here, one in West Nile and one in southwestern Uganda. 3 Passpreneurs centers. Probably we'll have one maybe every year. We'll have one established every year if we can actually establish the central one here, because there is power in Kampala. And then the next 2 will actually be maybe in 2022 or 2023. I will just say thank you to Refugee-Led Organization Network, because if it was not because of the Refugee-Led Organization Network, I think during the COVID-19 we will not be able to stand on our feet. but it is because of the teamwork. You're able to call someone of your caliber, someone who is actually hustling with the same problems. We're able to share experiences together. That's why we're able to stand together. So we have to keep up the spirit and keep up growing. It's only through sharing knowledge, it's only through sharing our little resources that we have that we can actually have a strong foundation and a strong response in this country. Thank you.
My name is Faustin Ntibategera. I am the coordinator of ARD. ARD means the Association of Refugees with Disabilities. We are operating in Kampala city. Referring to our mission and vision of the association, we focused more on advocacy for the right of refugees living with disabilities. So our main big tool we are using is the Convention of Refugees, of people living with disability, the UN Convention of People Living with Disability. So as an organization, we are advocating for people living with disability to access the services and to be included and participating in decision making. COVID-19 had affected more our activities from since March last year, 2020, when it appeared in the world, especially in Uganda. We were starting our program with, which is supported by Disability Rights Fund USA. And at that beginning, the activities could not be running because of COVID. So we were been putting in lockdown, and we could not manage our activities as it was planned at that time. We don't have a specific strategy for the organization for COVID-19, but when we were cooperating with other organizations, for example, RELON and YARID and even UNHCR, we tried to do some activities related to sensitizing our member to understand the restriction of COVID and to follow different measures which have been made by the government. So we were communicating to our members through WhatsApp group, through by calling, or through Zoom meetings, things like that. What you can say and the message you can bring to other actors and humanitarian NGOs is to come in support to our organization, because we're still a young organization. We need more support, more skills, more financial assistance. So that's the message we can bring to those who can understand us, to come to help us.